I'm with Police Chief Ryan Keenan, eh, his first meeting with us at Holyoke Media, and I have a few questions that I would like to ask him, and I've heard people also wanting to ask him. One of them is, Chief, this this winter we really did see the towing take place and the police officers warning everybody with their sirens if they don't move their car from the even side of the street or the odd side of the street, whichever it was, they were going to get towed. And I actually saw a car getting towed. That's different. How'd that come about?
Sure. First off, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. It's great to get to communicate directly with the people. And with the snow tow, so really what happened was the supervisor in charge. I have to give a big shout out to Lieutenant DiNapoli. He's been on the snow tow a lot in the last few weeks, and they've done a great job just doing it. I told them that we're going to take it seriously. The residents have spoken. They want the cars ticketed and towed, and that's what's going on. And we have adequate resources to do it at this time, and we've been fortunate there hasn't been a ton of snow this year. The last couple of weekends have been challenging, and today particularly, they're out there right now. I can hear in the background they're still towing cars in the ice storm. But rest assured, when we have the resources, we're out there doing that. And the tow truck company actually ran out of tow trucks on a Saturday night, so the guys were really hustling and working well. But thank you for acknowledging that.
Another thing, Chief Keenan, is how can the community support the work of the police department? For a long time, there are some sectors that are just assume the worst of the police department. And how do we encourage even them? No, these are the people who show up on the worst day of people's lives, probably. And how can we support them if we see something that is very suspicious? And if we call the police with a tip, do we remain anonymous and then we're in danger of, revenge? How can we be helpful and people also protect themselves?
So that's like three questions. So let me see if I
Yeah,
can let me see if I can
right.
break this. First off, the best way to support the police is to just say thank you. Say thank you. Acknowledge your police officers. If you see a police officer and he's outside of his or her vehicle and you see him, so say hi. Nice to see you. Great to see you around. Or, my name is Mrs. Rodriguez. My name is Mr. Johnson. Introduce yourself. I live on Cabot Street or I live on Main Street, and just let them know that you want to get to know them. Same way you greet any neighbor, because police officers are just neighbors. They're citizens and that are working in your neighborhood or possibly living in your neighborhood. So just make yourself known. And if you break that ice, if the citizen makes the effort and breaks the ice, it makes the relationship a lot easier. And we're starting to focus on having the officers in the same areas every single day now. So you're going to see more of that. So get to know the officers you see in your beat, because they're going to be the people that are taking care of you. And second question, and to that further point, when you see great work by the police, send an email to the mayor, send an email to me, send an email to your city councilor, especially your district one, and let you know that you met Officer Rodriguez or you met Officer Santos, and they did a very nice job and they treated you well, and just send that out, and I'll see that the officer gets that. Because it's important that they do know that the citizens care for them, and they do appreciate what they do. As far as seeing anything, saying anything, if you see something that's out of the ordinary, call the police. We'll never give you up. If it's something that you think is a larger scale thing, more than a patrol officer would handle, call the detective bureau, ask to speak with Captain Cruz. He'll certainly speak with you. He'll triage your issue. He'll get you to who you need to see, and your information will be kept anonymous. We don't share complaining information, especially with sensitive cases. But we take confidentiality very seriously.
Couple of years ago, there was an audit of the police department that highlighted what works well, what doesn't. Is that kind of your North Star, or is that just one of the things that you're using as you embark on taking full command of what needs to be going on in the police department?
Uh, Great question. That's what I'm using as my guidance post, is that audit. But however, in my first month, I've noticed several structural deficiencies within the Holyoke Police Department. We're starting to address them. We were very behind in training. I'm going to request a significant increase in my training budget. Any of you city councilors who see this, please realize our officers need to be trained. Technology, we're lagging behind too. The audit didn't reference that as much. And staffing, we're very, very behind in our numbers. We're down in our numbers, and we're working on recruiting, and we're working on finding ways to make best use of our resources. Our staffing is light, as it is in most police departments. There's been massive amounts of retirements, and the recruiting's been challenging. So we're making an active push to increase our numbers, and unfortunately, the problem what most folks don't understand is they see a massive overtime bill at the end of the year, and they don't take into consideration that there's 10 or 15 officers that aren't working, that we have to backfill those, and there's no other way to do it. They don't realize that we have training needs, and when officers come off the street to go to training, someone has to backfill them on overtime. And these are all things. And what a lot of folks don't realize is that we're down so many officers that we run with a minimum amount every day. So when folks are complaining that they need traffic enforcement, they need this, I understand that, and we're trying to get there. We're hoping with the patrolman's contract is up June 30th. We're hoping that the city can make some inroads to increase staffing with that collective bargaining agreement, and we're hoping that we can increase our numbers that way. We're going to get there. I mean, it's not a direct path. Policing's not always measured in linear success, but we're getting there, and we're finding a way to get it done.
Chief, everywhere in the country, there's a problem with narcotics, with the sales of dangerous narcotics that take people's lives. How in the world does any police department get ahead of that?
Well, what you have to do is honestly, you can't arrest your way out of it. If that was the case, it would have been over a long time ago. Education, prevention, and enforcement are the keys to getting this stuff done. If you don't know by now in 2025 that there's only one way your life ends up if you use fentanyl, I don't know where you've been, but we're going to still get that message out there. Our officers have been very proactive in the last 6 weeks regarding drug enforcement, and you're not seeing it now, but it'll reap benefits down the road. But the retail spots that are often problematic for the residents and merchants of the city, we're going to target those. We're going to focus on those. We're going to maximize our partnerships with other agencies to have great narcotics enforcement.
Thank you very much, Chief Keenan, for your time. And we're always here to help you get information out that would be a help to the people of Holyoke.
Sure, let's do it again soon. Let's do it in person, though. I'll come see you.
We'll do it in person, definitely.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay warm.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.